Welcome to Hamdard Medico. Today in this very lecture, we are going to discuss the four abdominal quadrants. But before I should actually explain the four abdominal quadrants, first of all, you should need to know about the boundaries of the abdomen. So the superior boundary of the abdomen is the inferior thoracic aperture, which is formed by the diaphragm. So it is forming the upper limit of the abdomen, and the lower limit of the abdomen is formed by the pelvic inlet, right? So this is, we have the pelvic inlet. So between this region, between these two extremities, we have the abdomen in between, right? Now the question should be arising in your mind that why we are dividing the abdomen into these four quadrants. Let's imagine that you are sitting in the clinic, and if a patient comes to you and he will indicate that I have a pain over here, right? Then if you know about the four quadrant division or four quadrant organization of the abdomen, then you will easily say that this is the pain that is related to the stomach, right? Let's suppose another example is that if a patient comes to you and he will indicate that I have some pain over here, then of course over here we have what? Over here we have the appendix. So it might be that the patient will be suffering from appendicitis, right? So this is very important that you need to know about the four quadrant division of the abdomen, right? Okay, guys. So the abdomen is divided into four quadrants by two lines. One we have the horizontal line, and the second one we have the vertical line, right? You should need to know that at which level the horizontal and the vertical lines are lying, right? So the horizontal line is actually anteriorly, it is lying at the level of the umbilicus, right? So somewhere here we have the umbilicus, right? So anteriorly this line must be passing through the umbilicus, and posteriorly this line must trace the intervertebral disc between the L3 and L4 vertebra, right? So this was all regarding the horizontal line. Now, the vertical line is nothing but it is actually the median plane or the midline, right? And as you know that the median plane or the midline is any plane or line that is passing through the middle of the body, right? That is the median plane is actually dividing the body into right and left halves, right? As you know already, right? So these two lines, when they meet together, they are forming these four quadrants, right? As you can see in this very picture, we have indicated this quadrant by A, this by B, this by C, and this by D, right? Now let's name the different A, B, C, and D quadrants, right? So the A quadrant is called the right upper quadrant. As you can see, is obviously these are, we have the upper quadrants, right? These are, we have the upper quadrants. So on the right side, the upper quadrant will be called the right upper quadrant. Similarly, this is, we have the left upper quadrant, and the quadrants below the horizontal line are the lower quadrants, are the inferior quadrants, right? So on the right side, the lower quadrant is called the right lower quadrant, and obviously this is, we have the left lower quadrant, right? Now, as you can see, different internal organs that are lying in different quadrants. So in the left upper quadrant, we have the stomach, we have the portion of the transverse colon, then we have the left colic plexure, then we have the left lobe of the liver, right? As well as we have we have pancreas over here, right? Somewhere here we have pancreas, and over here we have the spleen, right? And as well as we have kidneys over here, right? So different organs are lying in different quadrants, as you can see. Let's have a look at the right upper quadrant. So we have the right lobe of the liver, then we have the gallbladder, as you can see, then we have the portion of the transverse colon, then we have the right colic plexure, then we have this ascending colon, right? And we have some portion of the small intestine. So let's have a look at the right lower quadrant now. Then we have a portion of the small intestines, right? And now we have portion of the ascending colon over here. This is, we have the cecum, and somewhere here we have appendix, right? Okay. And then let's discuss about the left lower quadrant. So in the left lower quadrant, as you can see, we have the portion of the small intestine, then we have the portion of the descending colon, then we have this sigmoidal colon, and all these structures are lying at the level of the left lower quadrant, right? So this was all regarding the four quadrant classification of the abdomen. Inshallah, in the next video, I will be explaining the 9 region classification of the abdomen, right? So do watch that video as well. And share this video with your friends so that they could get benefit out of it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Allah Hafiz.